Did you hear about the Greek chef who died? He passed away. But don't worry, he left a legacy of some delicious Greek dishes that we're about to explore today. Now, Greek cuisine isn't just about breaking plates or flaming cheese, though those sure are fun. It's as rich and diverse as Greek mythology itself. Imagine Zeus, the big boss of Olympus, chowing down on a plate of tzatziki. Or picture Poseidon, god of the sea, savoring some fresh fish cooked just right with a drizzle of olive oil. And let's not forget Dionysus, the god of wine and merriment, always ready with a glass of ouzo. Each dish tells a story, a culinary tale of flavors and traditions, as old as the Acropolis itself. So get your taste buds ready for a journey through the land of the gods. So buckle up, folks. We're about to embark on a gastronomic odyssey. You know what's a Greek's favorite dip? Tzatziki. It's so good that even Zeus approves. Now, I ain't saying Zeus has a personal stash of tzatziki in Olympus, but if he did have a fridge, I bet my last drachma it'd be stocked with this stuff. Tzatziki, folks, is the nectar of the Greek gods, the ambrosia of the Aegean, the dip that makes your taste buds do a Souvlaki dance. You might be wondering, how do you even say that? Well, it ain't no tongue twister, but it sure does sound like a spell from Harry Potter. It's tzatziki, pronounced tzatziki. Now say it with me, tzatziki. See? You're practically a wizard now. This creamy concoction is a blend of yogurt, cucumber, garlic, olive oil, and herbs, all mixed up to create a dip that's so good it should be illegal. It's the kind of thing that makes you want to shout, "Opa!" at the top of your lungs. You know, I reckon if Achilles had a choice between his invincibility and a bowl of tzatziki, he'd have a tough decision on his hands. And let's not even get started on the Trojan War. Helen of Troy? More like Helen of tzatziki. So, next time you find yourself in a Greek taverna, remember to order a round of tzatziki for the table. Because nothing says I'm enjoying my Greek holiday like a mouthful of tzatziki. So, tzatziki, the dip that's a tongue twister and a taste bud teaser. Ever tried a dish so good you thought it was a myth? Well, that's moussaka for you. Now, folks, let me paint you a picture. Imagine a dish, layered just like the rich, storied history of Greece itself. At the bottom, you've got your fried eggplants, representing the fertile soil of the Mediterranean. Then there's the sautéed minced meat, symbolizing the hardy and rugged people of Greece. Followed by a layer of potatoes, as solid and reliable as the ancient Greek pillars. And finally, the creamy bechamel sauce on top, as heavenly as the Greek gods themselves. Now you might be thinking, that's just a good old lasagna. But I assure you, it's like calling Zeus a regular thundercloud. This, my friends, is moussaka, the Hercules of Greek cuisine. And speaking of Hercules, they say that after eating moussaka, you might just find yourself with the strength of 10 men. Now, I can't guarantee you'll be wrestling lions or slaying hydras, but you'll certainly feel like you could take on the world, or at least a second helping. But remember, it's not about the size of the portion, it's about the journey of flavors. Every mouthful of moussaka is like a little trip through Greek history, from the ancient times to the modern day. So next time you find yourself in front of a piping hot plate of moussaka, remember this. Savor every bite, and let the layers of flavors transport you to the sunny shores of Greece. Remember, with great moussaka comes great responsibility. What's a Greek's answer to fast food? Souvlaki. It's like the Greek version of a magic wand, only edible. Now let's talk about the superhero of Greek cuisine, souvlaki. It's there when you need it, ready to fight the monster of hunger with its mighty skewer. It's the Greek version of a 24/7 superhero, saving you from the villainous clutches of an empty stomach. On the streets of Greece, you'll find souvlaki stands as common as traffic lights. And trust me, they're way more popular. I mean, who wouldn't prefer a delicious bite over a red light, right? Souvlaki, my friends, is the Clark Kent of Greek fast food. It may seem unassuming at first glance, a simple skewer of grilled meat wrapped in pita bread. But when hunger strikes, it rips off its shirt to reveal the S underneath. And no, that S doesn't stand for Superman. It stands for souvlaki. Now, let's take a moment to appreciate the real magic of souvlaki. It's not just about the succulent grilled meat or the warm, fluffy pita. It's also about the zesty tzatziki sauce, the fresh tomatoes, and the crunchy onions. Together they form a culinary justice league, each playing their part to create a symphony of flavors that can make your taste buds dance the Souvlaki. And if you think souvlaki is a one-trick pony, think again. You see, our Greek superhero is quite the shapeshifter. It can transform into a souvlaki sandwich, a souvlaki plate, or even a souvlaki salad. It's like the Greek version of a Swiss Army knife, always ready to surprise you with its versatility. So the next time you're in Greece and your stomach starts to rumble, remember our Greek superhero? Whether it's a late-night snack, a quick lunch, or a feast with friends, souvlaki is always there to save the day. And that, folks, is souvlaki, the real Greek hero. What's sweet, nutty, and makes any Greek go nuts? Baklava, of course. Now, if you thought that the Greeks were all about drama, then you've obviously never had a piece of baklava. This dessert is like the Game of Thrones of Greek confectionery. It's layered, it's sweet, and it's absolutely addictive. It's like a daytime soap opera, but instead of heartbreak and betrayal, it's filled with honey, nuts, and filo pastry. You see, baklava is not just a dessert, it's an experience. When you bite into a piece of baklava, it's like being hit with a wave of sweetness. Not the cloying kind, but the kind that makes you want to close your eyes and savor the moment. It's like the ending of a really good drama series. You know it's over, but you don't want it to end. And let's talk about the nuts. They're like the plot twists in a Greek drama. Unexpected, exciting, and they add a crunch to the whole affair. They're the unsung heroes of the baklava saga. Without them, it's just sweet filo pastry. But with them, it's an epic tale of sweet meat savory, a story that's been told for generations. But here's the real kicker: baklava is considered a part of a Greek's balanced diet. Yes, you heard that right. While the rest of us are struggling with our kale smoothies and quinoa salads, the Greeks are over there enjoying their baklava and calling it a balanced meal. It's like watching a soap opera and calling it an educational program. So if you're ever in Greece, don't miss out on trying a piece of baklava. It's the dessert equivalent of a Greek drama series, full of twists and turns, sweet moments, and a satisfying ending. But be warned, once you start, you might not be able to stop. Because just like a good drama series, baklava has a way of drawing you in and leaving you wanting more. So, baklava, the dessert that's the Greek version of a soap opera. Well, folks, we've embarked on a culinary journey fit for the gods. We've dived deep into the delicious dips of Tzatziki, just like Poseidon ruling over his watery domain. We've climbed the layered heights of Moussaka, much like Zeus reigning over Mount Olympus. And let's not forget the mouth-watering skewered delights of souvlaki that surely would have made Apollo abandon his sun chariot for a quick bite. We've also indulged in the sweet, syrupy bliss of baklava, a treat so divine even Dionysus, the god of wine and pleasure, would trade his finest bottle for a piece. But what's the big picture here, folks? Is it just about the food, or is there something more? Well, I'll tell you what. Have you ever wondered why Socrates, Plato, and Aristotle were such wise cookies? It's not just because they spent their days pondering the mysteries of the universe. No, sir. It's because they were fueled by this incredible Greek cuisine. Think about it. You've got your tzatziki, cool and refreshing, just like a dip in the Aegean Sea. It's the kind of food that makes you dive deep into your thoughts. Then there's the moussaka, layered and complex. Much like the philosophical debates in the Athenian Agora, you've got to dig in to truly appreciate it. And the souvlaki? It's portable, it's practical, it's the food of the people, just like democracy itself. A skewer of grilled meat in one hand, a vote in the other. Now that's what I call a balanced diet. Last but not least, we have baklava, a sweet reminder that life, much like this pastry, is full of layers and complexities, but always ends on a sweet note. So there you have it, folks. The secret to Greek wisdom isn't in their books, it's on their plates. And with that, we've reached the end of our deliciously enlightening journey. And that's a wrap. Remember, folks, a Greek meal a day keeps the boredom away. Before we end this gastronomic journey, folks, let's not forget to do what we always do. If you've enjoyed this trip through the land of Greek cuisine, exploring the delicious dips, the mouth-watering meats, the sweet treats, and more, don't forget to hit that like button. It's your way of saying opa to all the hard work that goes into cooking and enjoying these spectacular dishes. And if you want to keep exploring the world through your taste buds, make sure to subscribe to my channel. We've got a whole world of flavors to explore together, and I promise you, it's going to be a journey worth embarking on. So, are you ready to take your palate on an adventure? Hit that subscribe button, and let's continue our culinary journey together. Remember, folks, in the words of the great Socrates, an unexamined meal is not worth eating. So let's continue to dig in, explore, and enjoy the wonderful world of food. Opa.